Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this week's episode of the Thank You Bro podcast. I am your host, Ryan Galloway, with the other host and the other host after that, Will and Spencer Galloway. So, we're all here. We're all having a good time. I didn't mean it like that.
Disrespect to my last name.
Golly.
Crazy.
Anyway, we're back. We're trying this again. We tried to record last night, and things didn't really fall our way. But that's okay, because here at TYB, we're not going to give up. And so here we are, second go.
So that's a really funny way of saying Ryan wasn't ready. That's a really funny way of Ryan just saying, I wasn't ready.
I was ready. I was there.
Moment was too big.
I was there.
Lights were too bright.
Technology failed me.
Piss down my leg.
Yeah, when I'm in a piss down my leg contest and my competition is Ryan.
Ryan Galloway.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning in this week. We'll see you right back here next.
So, Ryan's right. Welcome back to episode 20. This is 20. And it's been a good 20 episodes, I think. Or at least a good
almost
17.
Old enough to drink.
I would agree. 20 looks good on you, Will.
Thank you, bro. 20 did not look good on me. A lot of tears. Anyways. Speaking of tears, the Grammys happened last night, and I know a lot of people are upset. And I upset a lot of people when I post on my story saying that the Grammys got it right by nominating Killer Mike's new album for best rap album. But that's just me, and I don't even want to talk about that.
Yeah, you are like
Spencer,
a resident hip hop guy, which is really weird. Like, I don't know if we took a poll on it, I feel like people would probably guess. I don't know. It's just, I don't think any of us look like we're somebody who would listen to Killer Mike, but Will especially.
Killer Mike's good, man.
I'm a little taken aback by it. I know who he is. You know, I'm aware.
Killer Mike. I got put on Killer Mike by my coworker Kaya at Lifetime. Shout out Kaya.
Well, shout out Kaya. I know Killer Mike came on big. I think he was doing a lot of stuff during like 2020. You know, big time speaker, stuff like that. But well, congrats to him. I mean, I think the elephant in the room is that Taylor was there, won a Grammy, was looking stunning. I mean, I don't know. Not sure what else to say about that. We'll just go ahead and get that one out of the way.
You're the biggest Taylor Swift fanboy ever, I think.
He is.
It's kind of embarrassing.
That's crazy.
That's okay.
Ryan, is this just historically bad?
Whole life.
Yeah. So, Spencer, do you have a?
I'm not going to change.
You don't have anything?
I'm not going to give it up.
Okay. Well, you probably should. So, are you rooting for the Chiefs then, or what?
Well, I was rooting for the Chiefs because of my fearless king, Pat Mahomes, but
and his dad.
His daddy.
Nope.
I know. Sorry, I wasn't going to talk about it. I wanted to.
There's nothing to talk about.
There is. He's one of us.
You know what's kind of crazy? And look, I don't actually know what I think so didn't he get like a DWI, right?
Yeah, his third one.
His third.
Damn, that's crazy. What's crazy is that same day he was doing like a podcast or like an interview, and like not to say like you can't get a DWI and still be like a very smart and competent human being, but he was like very eloquent. He was very smart with the way he spoke about his son. They were like trying to get clickbait out of him, like go ahead and say your son's a goat. Yeah. So it was a cool interview. And then 3 hours later, it was like Pat Mahomes Sr. arrested. It's like, wow.
I mean, I don't blame him.
This week, bro. This week.
I don't blame him.
So you can't just say that, you can't just say that on air.
Yes, you can.
This is like last week or 2 weeks ago when I was your legal counsel. I'm doing that again. Will does not mean anything.
What? Give that man his keys right now.
Oh no,
dude, no. We do not endorse these heinous activities.
But we do.
If you've got three of those, look, if you've got three. Like, I can't lie. Somebody's targeting him. Like, they're seeing him in the club and they're calling cops. They're like, hey, he's about to leave. Like, you might want to run outside, pull him over,
or
light
he's
him
just
up.
bad at it.
Wow.
And there's a way to be good at it.
Yeah, Ryan.
God, dude, we are dancing around the gray areas. We are living in the gray area.
It's a joke, guys. It's joking. It's not.
This is
no one's ever done that before. No, it's not getting cut.
Especially not Will Glover in Abilene, Texas, on
on a Wednesday night. Dad,
No less.
It's not true. It's not true. It's just a joke.
On
Dad.
2/5/24 at 6:30 p.m. Will Glover was not
2/5/20. Is that a highway? Is that a highway in 2/5/24?
Date.
It does. 2/5/24.
Will's
I
gotta
said
write down
Wednesday,
that,
and then you just went to Monday. Yeah, 7
Will's
minutes.
got to write down the
kidding?
timestamp.
Gosh, hold on.
We've gone 7 minutes with no F-bomb.
And no sport.
All right,
Yeah, but
so
it's a podcast. Who cares?
I'm going to pull up. I'm going to make my screen bigger. I know it won't affect the actual
midcast.
podcast, but just for me. Ignore the fact I'm using a Nokia phone to record this. I promise I came prepared. The camera is set up. Why Google Chrome will not recognize it, I don't know. I apologize. But hey, guys,
At least someone
behind me,
apologizes for their poor quality.
I don't think it's going to be in the frame, but behind me is the Thank You Bro podcast start.
I'll get it in.
And I wanted to shine a light on this because this is week 2 or week 3 unofficially of me being on the podcast. There was a third episode we recorded that did not get shared. And my name is still not on the cover. I don't know.
It literally is.
I don't know.
Go check YouTube right now. I updated it. So
If you're putting him in the banner and on the logo, then I kind of want to renegotiate my deal.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Thank you, bro.
He's gonna pay for the platform that we're recording on. Don't
The
worry.
first result for Thank You, Bro.
That works for me.
The first
I just
result
want
for
to make
Thank You,
sure we're
Bro
on the
is
same page, same level of skin in the game. You know, like Will and I I've put my career on hold for this podcast, so we're all making.
I'm
that's
sure
a
you
crazy
have.
way to say that.
That's
a way
crazy. The way
it.
to say you're unemployed.
And I'm happy. I'm still employed, actually, but
I'm on the cover.
I'm
Okay,
happy
we're not
to.
mad about that.
There you go.
You know,
See?
it'll work out. It's all
Disregard.
All right. Speaking
Disregard.
of people
I was
who
gonna do
are gainfully self-employed, unemployed, or just flat out refuse to work, Joel Embiid happened. The Joel
That's a
Embiid
wild
saga
way.
has finally come to a close. I think I'm getting really good at segueing into different conversations. I think the Joel
The man
Embiid
had
saga is
surgery.
finally. Yeah, it's over. It's over. We
Willfully
won.
unemployed. Willfully
We won.
unemployed.
Guys, we won. Jokic or Doncic is the MVP. This is, and I
That's
didn't mean it like
crazy,
that.
man.
I'm just saying, but the flop king himself, free throw merchant himself, can no longer win MVP, and I think it's awesome, honestly. And I think the NBA rules finally work. Obviously, we want Embiid to get better. We didn't want to see him hurt, but he wasn't making that cut anyways. So,
Yeah. I could go in on the like recent rebuke of like players going out and speaking against the 65 game rule, and I could get pretty ugly about it. But I'm going to go ahead and I really want Ryan, what would you say to these guys who are going to say 65 games is it's too strict? I need the flexibility. This is, I should still be able to win awards at the 65 game mark.
Well, what I would say to those people is, first of all, you're wrong. Because I think the 65 game mark is, first of all, I think it's a good number. 82 games in the season, you're playing well over half of the season. And when you're trying to win MVP, whatever award you're in the running for, first of all, you need a good sample size. But also, I think you need a comparable sample size to the rest of the players that are candidates for that award, right? If Jokic has an amazing season and plays all 82 games, that should factor in to whether he gets the award or not. And if Embiid is lighting the world on fire, but he only played 60 games, I have a difficult time giving that to Embiid. And then also, at the end of the day, it's your job. Go do your job, right? Like, LeBron James, he pays to have what?
No, I said,
okay,
I agree.
Okay. Hold on, okay,
No, keep going.
However, let me just say, I lost my train of thought because y'all are assholes. But besides that, it's your job. You get paid a lot of money to do this. Use some of that money to invest in yourself. Make sure your body is up to snuff, like LeBron James does. He, until very recently, has not missed any time in his career. And
he's never missed a playoff game.
Yeah, he gives a shit. He puts it in where he needs to put it in. Workouts, training. I hate you.
What? I didn't say anything, dude. Be professional, man. Come on.
How am I going to be professional when I see you in the middle of my screen like this? It's just not going to work.
Let the record show nothing happened.
Oh, okay. You're right. Anyway, that's my whole point. And also, I love the Kobe thing of, these people are paying their hard-earned money to see you show up.
Yeah. Well, it's called the MVP, the most valuable player award. You can't be the most valuable player and play 45 games. You don't bring value to that, because what happens when you're off the court? Your team loses and you're not bringing any value. So the NBA on TNT had a little segment about this that I was watching over the weekend, and they were talking about how there should be exceptions. So limits. So first team, you required 65 games, second team 60, third team 55 games, like all NBA. And then obviously, and obviously you're not going to be considered for MVP if you're not on first team anyways. So
I just feel like that's kind of rule. Unnecessarily overcomplicated.
Or you could just do requirements for first and second team only. And then, I mean, also the thing that's messed up, and I do kind of resonate with, is that now that these like all NBA teams are like very influential on contracts, and they're voted on by like local beat writers and stuff. And so there's a heavy bias on all this shit. And so, a guy might get snuffed out of an extra 40 million. No, it doesn't. I think the NASA's got all-star votes.
Yeah, from his brother, it's got to be majority. The NASA, the league doesn't respect him. The only people that respect him is Giannis, and it was probably Bobby Portis or someone that threw in I
think
BS
it's fine that the media votes on it. I don't know that it should dictate salaries. I don't know that Jaylen Brown should have been able to become the highest paid player of all time because he was voted to an All-NBA team and just barely edged out somebody else.
Arbitration? Y'all want to go through an arbitration type thing with like what the MLB season does? Because the MLB has really bad free agency and bad contract rules.
No, it just goes back to what it used to be, where you get one Supermax deal to give out to a player, and you don't need to worry about these All-NBA things. Because, I mean, All-NBA, Julius Randle has made All-NBA multiple times. I'm not dumping on Julius Randle, but, I mean, nobody would give him a Supermax deal. Holy crap. But he's, if these rules were in place like 2 or 3 years ago, he would have been a Supermax player. That would be absolutely insane and would totally handicap a franchise because they would feel as though they'd have to give him that.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
I digress.
It's a fair
point.
The minimum
is a good rule so far.
Yeah, I like the minimum. I think it's great. They're probably going to adjust it. I think they probably should. For MVP's sake and first team's sake, make it 65 games or major rewards. So like DPOI and things like that should be 65, of course. But I think there should be like an exception where maybe you get 7 to 10 games of load management. You can get 7 to 10 off days, and then the rest are fine. Or if you got hurt, let's say you got hurt and you missed 25 games, but in the 62 games that you played. I'm sorry, you missed 20 games. In the 62 games you played, you missed the cutoff by 3, but you were the best player in basketball, averaging 35, 10, and 10. I think there should be an exception for injuries. Something like Tyrese Halliburton was out for, I think, 15 or 16 games. So I think there should be an injury exception. But this load management crap's
we've already seen so many. How many bullshit injuries do we see now? Sore left foot, right knee contusion. You need lower back.
Like a legit, not like a lower knee contusion, like a severe pulled hamstring strain, high ankle sprain, things like that. Torn ACL, torn meniscus,
commissioner
things like that.
For like 5 minutes, what I would just do is just cut out 10 games, make it 72, and just spread out the season as much as we need to make sure that there's no back-to-backs, because that's where so many of these guys are sitting games anyway. And it's a good, like, if you want to go to a game and see like your favorite player, if it's on a back-to-back, just don't buy tickets. Like you're probably not going to see them. So these games are like chalked anyway.
That's what I told my dad. We were planning on going to see a Spurs game over my spring break, and we noticed that on Sunday and Monday, the Spurs have a back-to-back. I was like, let's avoid that because Wembanyama is guaranteed to miss one game.
Yeah, he's not.
He does not play back-to-backs.
Yep.
So it's not going to happen. So
I'm very very pro anything that gets rid of back-to-backs. We don't need them. Shorten the season a little bit. Like you'd be surprised at how few games you would have to remove to get rid of back-to-backs. It's not a huge
8
effort.
to 10 maximum would be enough. You don't need to go down to a 65-game season. Just 72, 74 games. You have plenty of leeway in the schedule. But God forbid the owners miss out on $200,000 of that added revenue.
Exactly.
So,
some of the owners don't care.
Yeah, for sure. Like the Bombers and
Cuban,
the Cubans.
Well, Cuban's not an owner.
Well, Cuban's not an owner.
Cuban's not an owner anymore, but he used to be.
He's a part owner. But
yeah, Ballmer definitely doesn't care. He's a great owner.
No,
he's now the best owner in basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Now that Cuban has stepped away as owner. Cuban's still
him and Ishbia in Phoenix.
That's true. Isn't Cuban still GM?
No.
Or something like that?
He's like president of he's like oversees like some of the basketball
president
stuff,
of operation. Okay, yeah. So
might be something
pretty
like
much
that.
GM. The Cardinals do the same. The Cardinals have a GM,
Yikes.
and then they have a president of of baseball operations, and then the president of baseball operations just does everything for the GM. So it's like Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Can you believe that Doc Rivers was once the head coach of the Clippers and also the president of basketball operations?
Terrible.
They were giving that man so much power. It was gross.
Surely they won rings. Surely they won multiple rings with that team they had.
Surely.
Also, what are your thoughts on Doc Rivers coaching the All-Star game? And he's 1-3, I think, since he started. What are we?
Whatever. It doesn't matter. It's hilarious that Doc Rivers continuously gets jobs. And I think I've said this at least 1 million times in all the podcasts and all the episodes and everything that we've ever done. Doc Rivers got lucky that 08 Celtics was too big to fail. The 08 Celtics and that team and that stretch, that era, should have won at least 2, maybe 3. You know, I'm not going to put the year Kevin Garnett tore his ACL on him. But Orlando, fine, I guess, for Orlando. Boston underachieved. LA underachieved. Philly way underachieved.
LA and Philly both just
inexcusable. And
failed.
now, you know, I know that the Bucks are not as good as they've been in the past few years, but they're still should be the second best team in the East. And it's not going well.
No, yeah, I agree. Speaking, I think the Bucks play the Suns tonight, so there you go.
It's actually not a bad matchup. If everybody's playing, I didn't get to check.
No, it's a little final. Can you believe that was a finals? This is a finals rematch. It's completely different teams besides Giannis and Devin Booker. Yeah, that was the first final since the bubble.
That was a lot of fun.
It was. That's still. I don't know. I kind of honestly preferred the bubble playoffs because I felt like the 2021 playoffs were they still had like a foot dipped in the 2020 things. Like fans were only allowed like in the bleeders. You didn't have fans near the court. It was. You had 1 million ads everywhere instead of fans, and it was like super awkward. I don't even know if I can't remember if the reporters were in house or like the announcers and the commentators were in house for all the games at that point.
Yeah, they were.
It was super awkward, like just watching it though. It just didn't feel. It just wasn't nearly as intense as what you got.
22 is the redemption finals. That was I know it wasn't good for y'all, but it was still fun to watch.
No, but it was still good.
To see Curry finally do it without KD and with Draymond and Clay all well past their primes now. It was satisfying. I'm not gonna lie.
As a basketball fan, I can appreciate that. And as a Celtics
that was a
fan,
beautiful finals.
But
man, he was so good. He was so good in 22.
We couldn't stop him, and we played
absolute cinema. Yeah, and that's a young team, so obviously Celtics they got a taste, and they're going to go back. I think it's Celtics Clippers at this point. I don't see, no other team's really impressing me. The Clippers look absolutely terrifying. I wouldn't want to play them. Yeah, but it's different. There's no Doc. There's no Chris Paul. There's no Curse. There's Kawhi Leonard. You have Kawhi Leonard in the playoffs. There's a lot to worry about.
If they have him in the playoffs, then yeah, I agree.
They will. He hasn't missed a game all year, or he's missed like one. Kawhi Leonard, in my opinion, since Embiid's out, he's top 3 in the MVP now. Kawhi Leonard's been leading this really good team. Yeah,
this is going to be the craziest Will Glover jinx of all time.
I hope so. because I don't like the Clippers, but I do like Kawhi, and I want Russ to get a ring. I want PG to get a ring. I want Kawhi to get his third Finals MVP. There's a lot of agenda that I want to push here. So
I think everybody loves all the guys on the Clippers. Like, these are all players that we pretty much grew up watching, and they're not, they're guys. A lot of them are really overdue for this ring, like Russ, James, and PG. So, Kawhi's been there, done that. But I mean, these guys are all for the most part really likable, and you just kind of want to root for them. It's an easy team to root for.
It feels, and it's kind of special also watching them, because it's cool that they're all on the same team. They're all playing at a very high level, and it feels like this is it for them. This is their last shot. It's this year or bust for these guys. And I think that next year, win or lose, they're going to kind of go their separate ways. I think George and Kawhi will still be there, but it's over. And so I think that Harden and Russ especially is their window. This is it. It's closed after this year, unless Harden's riding the bench for some team in the next 3 years, which could happen.
That could happen, but
it's
up to Harden. Harden's kind of redeemed himself, because I didn't think Harden was going to take a step back when he got to LA, and it turns out he did. Now last night, Harden had 38 and 10. Just vintage James Harden, hit some crazy shots. I was watching that game. Piddle had some picks. Piddle's picks were cashing last night, and Harden
Piddle's
got me there.
Picks and Spencer's spread. This is a fantastic segue. I've got something. It's on the subject of the Clippers. This is not a lock. This is a value play. This is if you have $20 sitting around that you were going to spend on Jersey Mike's. Hey, Russell Westbrook, 6th man of the year. Well, guess what you think? Guess the odds. What do you think their odds for that would be?
Right now, it's probably plus 500.
You're nuts. No way. Way better.
Is it higher?
Way more value.
Plus
way better. No.
Wow.
Yeah. Plus in the thousands.
Really?
I mean, I don't know. I didn't.
Wow.
It's plus 9,500 for Russ right now to win 6th man of the year. The favorite is Tim Hardaway Jr. And the Mavs are not nearly as impressive as the Clippers.
Derek White starts all the time.
Yes.
He starts now.
Yes.
Screwed himself. Would have won it. Tim Hardaway?
Yeah, he's the favorite right now.
I didn't realize he came off the bench for the Mavericks all the time.
Kind of insane.
Well, shoot. I mean, I'd put it on that. I'd put on Tim Hardaway. He's been hooping, but I thought he started a little more. Tim Hardaway's like value brand Manu Ginobili.
No, you're done. You're done. That's your one Manu reference tonight, and you're done.
I was just wanted to see where this was going. I just wanted to see.
Yeah, I'm sure. You wanted to see that one.
I just wanted to test the waters. Just dip my toe in there.
Yeah, I know. I bet you did.
Ryan. So Westbrook, 6th man of the year. Well, that would be how many people have won 6th man and MVP? None, right? 0. Maybe
Probably
one.
0. Probably 0.
So that would be Russell breaking more records.
Yes.
I'm down for that. I like this. Westbrook's one of my favorite players. He always has been. So we always root for Russ.
James Harden.
Did you just
James Harden what?
Did he won MVP? Did he win 6th man?
Oh.
Did he win 6th man?
Yeah.
In OKC he did?
Yeah, in OKC.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Wow.
Okay, so James Harden. So there you go. Teammates. Well, that'd be funny. They'd be teammates. They'd be teammates when they both won 6th man. One at the beginning of his career and one at the end. I think Westbrook and Harden, if they won this year, they might retire. I know Westbrook's got something in it.
James
I know
has
Westbrook's
way too much
like
in the
35.
tank. But them knees are like 45.
You think Harden? Yeah. You think Harden has more in the tank? I don't know.
He's cooking right now.
Or do you think they try to run it back and it just blows up in their face next year if that happened? I think that might be more likely.
I think Harden knows a lost cause when he sees one at this point in his career. And so I think that he would be okay.
He's been a part of a lot of them.
I think that he would be cool with cutting bait and going and riding the bench for the Celtics or the Nuggets or something.
It brings up the Celtics, man. He always does.
I would buy that jersey
the Nuggets. Harden on the Nuggets would be crazy, dude. That would be absolutely insane.
I've wanted that.
We're talking about James Harden knowing a lost cause. I'm just looking back at. Let's. This is off schedule, but let's look at teams James Harden has been on that should have won it all, but just did not. So first, we'll start off with, of course, 2010, 2011,
2012,
OKC, 2012
Yeah.
OKC.
Yeah, 2012.
Yes.
But
That
they
team
should
is
not
crazy.
have won it all. They overachieved by
they were
getting
young.
that far. But they sniffed it.
They went through a depleted Spurs team back then, which I thought that was the end of the Spurs dynasty. Honestly, I thought it was over when we lost to those dudes. But that was Kawhi Leonard's rookie year too. Actually, that would have been something. Put Kawhi and LeBron in his rookie year.
We got to see it in 2014.
We saw a little bit in 2013 as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did.
But yeah, so that's the first team. You know what? We're gonna see which team's the best at the end. The second team that should have done it. What are we thinking? We're thinking 2017,
I think you have to jump all the way to
2018.
2018. I think you have to go
2018.
all the way to
Rock
2018.
Is probably the next one.
That's the 27 missed straight threes year. That was the kind of
they
the
should have
collapse
won.
year.
Which would have
Mhm.
played that game 1,000 more times. It probably would have only happened on a handful.
They win. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's insane.
That
then
team
was
matched
it
up so much better against the Cavs. I still
Was
think
that
the Cavs would have won.
Yeah. Was the next year Chris Paul injury? Or was that the same?
Next year was Chris Paul
so
injury.
That's two teams.
Yeah, both
but-
losses to the super team Warriors.
Once they lost Chris Paul, they were so far outmatched because the team was so top heavy that like they needed Chris Paul, and then they lost him. And then I think they took it to 6 or 7. I think it took it to 6 games that year in 2019. I mean, it's just impressive that they were even able to do that. And some of the Harden games, like that's when he kind of really started to break off some of the playoff demons. And now, of course, he stumbled back into some of them since his Philly days. I mean, some of those games he put up against Boston were pathetic last year, but the 2019 year, he was very impressive. It was the Chris Paul injury.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, and then the next one we got is that 2021 Brooklyn team when he got traded for him. Kevin Durant's shoe size.
They only played 11 games together, or was it 16? Those are two numbers in my head.
It was 8.
I wouldn't
Harden?
put that team on there.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It was 16. Something.
I don't think that team should qualify for this.
Probably just because of the games played. But when they did play, it was when amazing.
They played,
it was
and they all
gorgeous
played
to
in the
watch.
playoffs. So
I know,
they were all playing in the playoffs.
And they got wiped in the playoffs. There was never a serious
No, they didn't.
threat.
No. That
What'd
was
they do in the playoffs?
That was when they took the Bucks to 7, and Kevin Durant's shoe size was a half size too big.
But
remember,
Harden
KD should have
or
sent them
Irving,
home, but his foot was on the line.
One of them was out. One of Harden or Irving was out at that time in that series. I don't think so.
Hold.
I'm trying to remember it well, but
series stats.
I don't know if we want to. That's fine if y'all want to go. I don't know. I never liked that team to win it all.
No, I didn't.
Harden missed 3 games, and so did Kyrie. So Kevin Durant was.
So that was the KD. I mean, it was a KD takeover. He was brilliant.
Besides KD,
yeah. Durant was brilliant in that series. Of course, his big
35, 11, and 5. 2 steals and a block. Crazy numbers from KD.
Was Aldridge on that team?
Yeah, I think so.
No,
that was when he had to retire for a little bit.
Oh, he retired before he
that
came
was
back.
when that was that Spurs team where we were looking at like maybe a 6 or 7 seed, and Aldridge had heart problems, and it was like, okay, well, and we almost beat the Nuggets that year. We took the Nuggets to 7. Yeah. Derek White, that was Derek White legacy series, because then Derek White started.
That was him auditioning for the trade market and paid off.
And it worked. It paid off.
Hope you got Josh Richardson though, and hopefully that went well for the Spurs. Surely
we traded him for Devontae Graham. Now Devontae Graham just rots on our bench. Free Devontae.
Yeah, surely he's going well. Great.
Should have been me, but
good moves.
And of course Spurs. The last team on here, the Philly teams, a couple of those. But anyways, so Harden's averaging career lows, pretty much.
Except for
this is arguably the best team he's been on since ever
2018.
I'd say ever. You got 4 Hall of Famers on this team.
You got they have the name.
2 of them are in their
power.
primes.
but James is probably the best. He was the best offensive player in 2018 and 19. And then Chris Paul he was not peak of his powers, but when he was healthy, I mean, that was the best guard. That was the best backcourt in the league.
Well, it was like when Chris Paul led that Thunder team. That was crazy. That Thunder team had no right to be in the bubble. I think it was that team had no right to be in the was it conference finals? Picture. Was it not? Did they play the Lakers or no? It was second round. They lost to James Harden.
Semis, yeah.
So, but anyways, just cool to look back on this. Our players we grew up watching are slowly fading.
You're making me nostalgic. I'm going to reach into the closet and go get all 4 or 5 of my James Harden jerseys. I'm feeling nostalgic.
You have 5 James Harden jerseys?
Yeah, he does.
Embarrassing behavior. I have a Ben Simmons jersey, so
I do, and
that's
Ryan
right, you
had
did too.
it for a long time. Ryan, we wanted that. We fought over that jersey because Ben Simmons was cool, even though he was a Sixer. It was like he was so fun to root for.
And that was a nice jersey too. I think it was a knockoff, but it had the stitching. It's the best.
It was not a knockoff. It was just it was just Adidas.
Oh yeah, Adidas jersey.
It was just pre Nike.
Adidas was so much.
No, the
better.
Nike authentic ones are good.
Yeah, but I still don't like I love the look of Adidas.
It costs a ton, though. That's true.
Yeah,
I just like the swoosh.
Expensive.
True. Well, you put the swoosh on it, and it instantly goes up.
I'm good for
like 30% in value.
1 or 2 jerseys a year now, and it's already pushing it. God, it's so expensive.
Well, you just got to go on Fangraph or on Fanatics
and just sort by lowest and snipe.
Yeah. On the sale. That's what I did.
I only end up with a Ben Simmons jersey.
Yeah, I got it for $20. So who's the real winner? It's me. All right.
It's Nets,
I think
right?
Fanatics is the real winner.
Yeah. Fanatics is fleecing for jerseys.
Fleeced. So speaking of Ben Simmons, so he comes back after a few months and then instantly gets hurt again, which I thought was hilarious. But he's playing tomorrow, so he's not on the injury report. But I thought it was another Ben Simmons moment. Greatest shooter of our era.
Dude.
Sixers legend, Nets legend. So
it's good.
Yeah,
Dude,
Ben Simmons,
you got me on Fanatics.
Are you on Fanatics right now? Are you looking?
I'm gonna try and see what jerseys you can get for under like $50.
If there's a LeBron jersey, let me know. Because I just won big on Prize Picks, so I think
we know, bro.
My glorious king. Speaking of the GOAT, LeBron's been playing well his last 5. He's been that Lakers. You know what's going to happen. They're gonna the trade deadline's 2 days away, but the Lakers are going to do something crazy. Even though it doesn't look likely right now. DeJounte Murray will probably find his way in purple and gold. That team's going to make a deep postseason push. They're not going to have to play the Nuggets because the Timberwolves are going to knock them off. That's a hot take, by the way. Timberwolves are going to knock them off in the second round. Lakers are going to find themselves in the spot to put them to the finals. It's going to be a Lakers-Clippers semifinal, or conference final somehow.
And the Clippers will prevail?
Maybe. Probably.
There's just too much history going against them in that.
The Lakers are going to find a way to play the Celtics in the finals. And it's going to be awesome. And then LeBron, as LeBron does against Boston, y'all better pray. Y'all better start praying. I'd rather get Kawhi than LeBron against Boston. I'm just saying. I don't care how old LeBron is. I'm just saying. You want to go back to 2012 for that one? Do you want to have this conversation?
Well, we're 12 years later.
It's the same LeBron, dude. It's the only difference is that he can't jump a little. He can jump. He can't jump as high. That's it. And he's probably about 25 more pounds. He's shooting. LeBron's shooting his best stats, his best splits since 2012.
The fact you just have this off top right now, crazy.
Yeah, I know. It's not even loaded up. It's not even loaded up on my second.
Yeah, we know it's not loaded up, dude. You spit this shit out from 5 a.m. to midnight every day. You're ready. You're like Chat GPT. You're like LeBron GPT. You're like GPT.
He had 26, 7, and 4 last night. GOAT. Remember, he's like 80 years old. Ryan, what are your
39?
Ryan likes LeBron.
I did. I did like LeBron, and
then you ruined it for him.
You ruined it for me. You ruined the greatest player of all time for me.
Oh, he said it. That's all I got. That's all I care about. That's all I care about.
If we circle back to this Fanatics thing real quick, all the jerseys here are all the teams that we've just talked about. The cheapest jersey is Ben Simmons at $12.
Are you serious? $12?
Okay. I don't want to get you too excited.
One, or is it a?
It's a Fanatics and it's women's. And then you have Blake Griffin Nets, James Harden Nets, Ben Simmons Philly, Durant Nets.
Just all these to us.
Oh, Westbrook Rockets. We totally overlooked the Rockets, or the Westbrook Rockets era. It was short-lived, but it was fun. Yeah, Chris Paul on all his teams. Man, these jerseys are miserable. Wow. But I mean, I guess if you're peaking at the right time, you can get a City of Brotherly Love Matisse Thybulle jersey. You want that?
That one probably goes hard, honestly.
Dude, you must be stopped.
I missed Rui Hachimura, Washington Wizards jersey. It's Nike. It's a youth. Can I go to men's, please? I was going to say. Okay, never mind. The cheapest one's a Pascal Siakam.
Oh, this one's not bad.
Come on.
How many RJ Barrett jerseys am I allowed to own?
XL.
Oh, that's youth.
True.
Yeah, you would fit snug as a rug in a youth XL.
Anyways, I'm going to buy a Terry Rozier Hornets jersey.
Yikes.
Will, you know what? Hey, Will, you brought it up,
Will.
And I found a perfect segue. We're talking about your love and your affinity for arguably the greatest of all time, LeBron James. So
you
what if
said
we
he was
went
the
into
greatest
segment that we wanted to do last time, which is
I love this.
Drafting, each of us drafting a starting five based upon LeBron James's all-time teammates.
I love this.
I know we prepared.
Do you want to explain the rules?
I'll leave it up to you to explain the ruls because I know there was a specific way you wanted to do this.
There really wasn't, but okay.
We just need to decide who goes first. So, that's it.
Yeah, ask Siri to pick a number between. I'll go 1, 2, 1 me, 2 Ryan, 3 Spencer. Ask Siri to pick a number 1 through 3. So the rules are: first, the player that you pick. So let's say it's Shaq, for example. That's old Shaq. That's beat up Shaq. So you can have him, but he's going to give you 20 minutes a game.
Real quick, is one of us going to take Shaq?
Maybe it depends on where I'm at.
Ryan said we're each getting a starting 5, so that's going to be 15 guys. Is Shaq going to be in the top 15?
Probably.
I guess we got to find out.
I can only think of 3 solid centers that LeBron played with.
I can't even think of 3. No, I can think of 3.
Yeah, 3.
I have 3.
Okay.
All right.
Are y'all ready?
Who's up?
Are we going to ask Siri or what?
Yep, we'll go ahead and ask Siri and we'll get this thing started.
Give me a number 1 through 3. It's 1. It says 1. You see that?
Right, it's 1.
All
right, so I go first. I'm first, Ryan second, Spencer third, because that's how it is on my screen. I don't know how it looks on y'all's screen.
Great.
But yeah, sorry, Spencer, you got shafted by Siri.
I think I'm going to like my pick at 3 though. Yeah,
it's snake. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so you're going to
might win. I might be okay.
Yeah, you're going to get 2 picks. Okay. You're going to be in good shape.
We're going to get something here.
This might piss y'all off. It's not going to piss y'all off because it's going to be good for y'all's team. I'm going to go.
Wait.
Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to go. Oh wow, this is tough. I didn't think about. I'm going to go Dwayne Wade. I think I have to. That's LeBron's greatest teammate.
Mm. Yeah, that's the chalk pick. Yep.
I'm gonna mark them off. I'm just gonna write down names, make sure we don't pick them. All right, so
D-Wade goes first.
All right, so Ryan, you're up.
Okay, you know what? I'm torn between these two, but I'm gonna go Anthony Davis.
Yeah, I was torn between.
I was between him and Chris Bosh.
Yeah, I was between him and D-Wade. I was thinking about it though, because when AD's on, AD is So good. All right,
when
so
AD's on,
out.
AD's his best teammate of all time.
That's fair. But
that is definitely.
Can you get
right
AD?
there,
Can you get AD to play like AD? And the answer's not always. So
assuming that this is drafting players who are at their best in their time with LeBron.
Yeah. So you made the right choice. All right, Spencer.
All right. I think my next two picks are pretty chalk. I think it's pretty chalk. So we got Dwayne. Dwayne went 1. AD goes 2. 3. Yep. I get picks 3 and 4 here. Number 3, I'm going to take Bosh. He has to go off the board here. He is the second best big that he's played with in his career outside of AD. We just went over how great AD is capable of being. So taking Bosh, and then of course I got to take. This is the lowest he can go, Kyrie, for all his dysfunction, for all his.
I was waiting.
But Kyrie has to be the pick here
Kyrie
because
wasn't
especially
dysfunctional.
Right, if we're taking them at their time spent with LeBron, Kyrie could arguably go 2 here because of how
I was thinking Kyrie 1.
Kyrie could have gone 1 because of how great they were together. I mean, that was like NBA Jam. Like, you think of a duo, like that was the best in the league at the time. Mm-hmm. Still could be.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan.
Okay, pick so 5. Real quick, do I have the ability to put AD at the 5?
Yeah, we're just drafting 5.
You can move around. Don't do that, man. No, I think you got to go positions here. But AD played center though, so AD played center and power forward, so you can.
So AD is my center.
Yeah, but you can't put you could put LeBron at the 1 if you wanted to.
Well,
LeBron played
reason.
all 5
it has
positions.
To be within reason.
Well, LeBron played all 5 positions, but
right. So that's.
But you can't put Kyrie at the 5.
Okay, right. But AD, I can put him at the 5.
Yeah, because he played. Yeah.
Then,
dude, just take Kevin Love. Go.
I'm going to take Kevin Love and put him at the 4.
Just take Kevin Love. We know it's coming.
Just say it, man.
Kevin Love. Well, I mean, he was fantastic. He was young. He was younger than a lot of people remember him being. And actually, he's been in Cleveland. He was in Cleveland longer than he was in Minnesota, which is kind of crazy to think about. But he was just as good. Not better, but just as good as he was with the Timberwolves. And obviously, they were fantastic in Cleveland together.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Man,
I love K-Love.
What am I going to do for 6 and 7 here? Kind of. You start running out of players.
6 and 7, crap.
I'm thinking of the perfect guy for your team right now.
With LeBron and D Wade. LeBron at my 1, D Wade at my 2.
So we are including LeBron in this 5.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. No, I'm sorry, I screwed up. I was just thinking. I always got LeBron on my mind. No, so I got D Wade at my 2. It's a habit. Things just happen.
I'm thinking of the perfect player.
I think I'm not going to hit it. I think I'm going to go with Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram was beginning his prime, averaging around 19 a game. Yeah.
Interesting. That's an interesting pick.
Before he got traded.
Pick.
Didn't think about those guys. There's a couple of them.
Yeah, so now you can. And you know what? Lonzo Ball was a hell of a player before he got injured. So that Lonzo Ball,
at the time, though, this was like pre-ability to shoot Lonzo, so kind of a big
but this was playmaking. Just give it to D Wade and Bi, and you got 2 of the best mid-range shooters in the game on your team right there.
So you have Lonzo.
I have Lonzo, D Wade, and Bi.
Okay.
I could have gone other ways, but I think I'm going to go a little more. I'm going to go old style basketball. This is old. This is like early 2000s style basketball.
You're lacking in the front court.
Yeah, I'll find. I got a few. I got a few out here.
All right, so I'm looking at my team right now. I have Kevin Love and I have Anthony Davis. I need someone who's going to find them when they're open. I need someone who's going to facilitate the ball for them.
I swear to God.
Give me the 2-time champ, Rajon Rondo.
Oh, dude, good one.
That's my pick. That's my pick.
Nice.
Yeah, I was so thinking you were going to say Norris Cole or even Chalmers. Damn it. Rondo was
Rondo's
my pick.
a good one.
I have a troll starting 5 I'd like to share after this that I was going to do. So I was like, I'm going to take it seriously.
Oh, man. All right. Well, now I got to reorganize my board.
That's funny. You
right,
were
so
going to take
Rondo's
like
off the
Darius
board.
Miles or someone, weren't you? Daniel Gibson.
Well, I cannot believe we've gotten this low.
Yeah, you start running out of players.
We've gotten this low, and we've yet to include. I know he was older, but we all remember the shot, and we all remember the moments that he had. Ray Allen is the pick there. Ray Allen slots in at my 2.
I probably
at this point.
Yeah.
At this point, he's still a defensive. He's not a liability, but he's not all NBA defense at this point. But he's still providing you good value on both sides of the ball.
Great value. He got him a damn ring.
I think at this point, he's like good for 15, 16 a game with, some of the league highs and 3-point percentage. I mean, obviously the clutch moments. So give me Allen there. We're going to slot him in next to Kyrie. That's a pretty nice backcourt.
If he needed to start, he could have on that team.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he did when he first got to Miami. I think he was starting when he first got to Miami. You got to remember, he was there for a couple of years. He was there for a little bit. So Rondo's off the board.
I'm probably playing small ball with my lineup. Because I got two. I got 2 good ones after this.
So I've got 3. I've got Irving, Allen, Bosch, and I'm going to slot Bosch. He's kind of more of a power forward type. So I do need some size, some rebounding, some muscle. Give it to me. Give me Zydrunas.
Big Z, baby.
Al Ilgauskas. Give me
that
hammer.
But with y'all, I know I'm not going to be able to get past that.
So I just need one more.
Pick.
Okay. So I guess that falls to me. And I need a shooting guard and a small forward. And now, this guy that I'm going to go with...
There's some good ones.
He is historically remembered for being a meme and doing something really stupid that overshadowed his amazing time with LeBron. And he was fantastic and had a lot of success. Give me the shooting guard, J.R. Smith.
I was going to take him.
Wow.
I think he was good. He was good.
Yeah, no, definitely. Shirt off. J.R. Smith. There was another guard from the Cleveland era that I thought you were going to go with there.
I thought you were going to go with y'all's boy. I'm not going to pick him, so I'll just say it out loud. IT. I thought you were going to go with IT or something.
Oh, hell no.
No,
I mean, no offense to IT. We love IT. But
yeah, I know he's y'all's boy.
He was shot at that point.
Who did you think I was going to take?
He is probably on Ryan's troll team, though.
At my 4, I'm taking Carlos Boozer. He was entering his prime. LeBron's rookie year.
That is a really good shout.
15 and 10 plus.
Mm-hmm.
Great defensive player at the time.
God, I would have loved to have seen them play together longer.
Yeah, I know. He sold. But
so do you get one more, Will?
Yeah, I do. And so for my point guard, I got Lonzo, and I got D Wade, and then I got BI. That's my 1, 2, 3, and then I got Boozer at my 4. It honestly, I'm not picking Shaq. Shaq's too old here. I don't want 12 and 5.
No.
I'm between 2 people here. I think I'm going to go Andre Drummond over my other pick. Spencer, your reaction's crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Even though Drummond was they only played like 10 games together, but Drummond was averaging a double-double, and I need that defense in there too. He gets about 2 blocks a game, so I gotta rely on D Wade and BI for some outside scoring, which I think is okay.
Well, you're not going to get that from Wade, but you'll get it from Ingram.
Yeah, for sure, and maybe a little. If
this was a my league, your team is going to project really well. Your team is going to project really well in 3 years.
That's true. That's true. All right, so Ryan,
fill out your roster
pick.
Here.
I may or may not get flamed for this one.
Here it comes.
But I think he complements my team very well. And so with my final pick at the small forward position, I'm going to go with the Dallas legend himself, Shawn Marion.
Oh. What?
He played
Sean Marion.
He played really well in Cleveland.
But he was so damn old, man.
He still played really well in Cleveland.
No way.
Until he got hurt, he was putting up a very good year. No, I think this is a bad pick.
This is a bad
pick.
This is a miserable pick. This is not the troll team yet, Ryan. This is just the real team. This is miserable.
Give me Sean Marion, man.
Yeah, you can't go back on it. Wow.
Well,
I can't even find him down here. Where is he, Sean?
It's a sleeper pick to be sure, but I think it's good, especially in the sense of what I was going for.
Dude, he averaged 4 and 3, man.
Yeah, this is a bad pick. I don't know what Brian's talking about. This is a good pick. That's crazy.
Look, give me more in-depth stats than that. Because he had a great field goal percentage that season. 19 minutes a game. The 3-point numbers aren't what I thought that they were.
You screwed yourself, buddy. You should have picked Haslam, bro.
At the 3?
Oh my god, dude.
He's better than Sean Marion.
You got to keep in mind, there's not a lot of threes to work with in the LeBron James history.
Because he was the 3. That's fair.
All right.
You know what? I respect I respect the justification. He was Mr. Irrelevant for you.
Sean Marion was a freaking baller in the Dallas era, but Ryan, that was a bad pick.
And he was like MVP candidate in Phoenix.
You left somebody very important off this list. 2017 trade deadline acquisition at the wire. Defensive menace. This is what you wanted. You meant to say Iman Shumpert, who is a lockdown at the 3. And completes he adds some great defense to this team that could really use it. So just to run through, and this team wipes, by the way. And now I'm blessed by circumstance. I've had the 3rd pick that played well into my hands.
Yeah, you really Kyrie, did the 3rd pick's the best there.
Kyrie at the 1, Ray at the 2, Iman at the 3, Chris Bosh at the 4, and Big Z at the 5. Imagine LeBron slotting into that 3 spot instead. This team actually is insane. And honorable mention, because he was left off, and I thought he would get
Westbrook and D'Lo.
KCP.
No, 6-man. If I had a 6-man, Mo Williams off the bench, instant heater. Let's go.
I'd go D'Lo off the bench if we had that choice. D'Lo was not picked. LeBron's dad.
We're missing out on so many, so many legends. Chris Anderson, honorable mention.
Anderson Varejao didn't get a shout either.
No Anderson Varejao.
Honestly, Varejao probably wouldn't have been bad. Melo,
I wanted to say
Melo was going to happen.
Kuzma. I didn't want to pick too many Lakers though. I was already looking up on
Rashard Lewis. Is he get you excited at all?
Early Kuzma was the best because he actually played within the system. Did you say Rashard Lewis? Cursed.
That's crazy.
Dennis Schroeder left off. Austin
you want to hear
Reeves.
My meme 5?
Those are good ones. Yeah.
I'll see if you can figure out the theme. So at the 1, I have Avery Bradley.
Celtics.
At the 2, I have Jay Crowder.
Why don't you have IT at the 1?
At the 3, I have Jeff Green.
Yeah, so it's Celtics players.
At the
Shaq.
4, I have Carmelo Anthony.
Okay, now I'm confused.
And at the 5, I have Greg Oden.
A weird team.
Players I liked.
Are the
players you like? Players you like?
You should have did the Celtics. You got IT, Avery Bradley, Jay Crowder,
Jay Crowder,
power forward.
Jay Crowder.
Terrible
Crowder
shout
played
for Jay Crowder.
Celtics.
No. Used to love him.
You could put Jeff Green at the 4 and Shaq at the 5.
Jeff Green, good shout.
Or Tristan Thompson at the 5.
Tristan Thompson was there, but honestly, LeBron's big man depth was better than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying Thompson or for me it was Thompson or Drummond, and Drummond was in his 10 games he played, he was hooping. Drummond's because this year Drummond's had a few 20 and 20 games already this season, and he's like 36 or like 35. I'm just saying. You're mad.
Thank you,
I think Ryan's team sucks. You and me, we're gonna go at it though.
How does my team suck?
But this is so on brand. Lay GM.
AD. So I'm going to mark yours. AD, you got.
Good.
Do you have Kevin Love as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's fine.
No mobility. You have Rondo.
No, that's where
playmaking.
It is, yeah. That's your playmaking.
Then do you have JR? That's you?
I would argue J.R. Smith is a top 15
defense,
teammate ever
except AD.
of LeBron.
J.R.
Smith's top 15.
Top 15, yeah. Top 15 players right here. And then you have Sean Marion.
Dude, the Sean Marion one's where you the team's not that bad, but the Sean Marion's crazy.
You're absolutely cooked.
Let's simulate these teams on 2K and see who comes out on top.
Yeah, this is not a bad idea.
I'm just saying.
This is not a bad idea.
Stay tuned next week when I have the results to that.
Yeah. I like my team.
We could actually play
to at least be competitive.
I'll put them. Well, since there's only 3 of us,
Will's going to come down to San Antonio.
I'll do like best of 7 series or something. I don't know.
Will's going to come down to San Antonio, and we're going to do a local 2K tournament, and we'll stream it. And
I'm so bad at playing 2K offline. I'm bad at playing 2K online too, but
you might just be bad at 2K.
I am bad at 2K. I'm not very good.
We'll
at 2K.
revisit this.
That's okay. You're so good.
Last year, Ryan, I kicked your ass last year on 2K. I remember Ryan rage quit. We were playing my team, and I just hit him with the Curry zigzag into a fadeaway 3.
Oh yeah.
At least like 8 or 9 times. That was great. So, anyways, I like that segment. We'll do more of those later on. We're 58 minutes in, so that's crazy. Let's wrap this up. Spencer's got things to do. Ryan doesn't.
It's
on
true.
Brand, and I gotta edit this, and we got some stuff to do. So, who wants to? Spencer, you want to take us out? You haven't done this before. Go ahead, Hotshot.
I've never done this, and I've done hundreds of podcasts with Ryan, and I've never taken us out because it's always Ryan's thing.
You have
First, I just want to say the draft was really fun, and I think that we need to cook up another one to close out next week's show. And then, of course, we'll see. We'll post the draft on TikTok. See what the people say. See who wins.
Not TikTok.
And a best of 7. Not TikTok. Come on now. Hear me out. Hear Ryan out.
I'm not mad about TikTok, but also I will say maybe be on the lookout for an emergency episode later this week, depending on what happens Thursday at the trade deadline. You never know. There might be some
episodes are awesome. Now, I'm just going to say, ain't jack shit happening on the trade deadline.
I agree. I think this is going to be the quietest trade deadline in recent memory.
Maybe DeJounte gets moved. Like, that would even that at this point would shock me. I don't know. Zach LaVine's not getting moved now because of the injury. But hey, if something happens this league, is that crazy.
Episode worthy? Is that episode worthy? It's something crazy. It would be like LeBron James getting traded. That would be
episode worthy. No. Even if we had like 3 like good, like meaningful trades between playoff teams, maybe. But like DeJounte, I don't know. Atlanta's not moving the needle.
I need LeBron. I need LeBron traded to warrant an emergency episode. But who knows?
If the Celtics trade for Kelly Olynyk, I will be on air talking about it.
Maybe that's just me and you, Ryan. I don't think Will's going to want to be in the room.
That's fine. We can do that then. We can
jazz legend. All right, Spencer.
All right. Well,
the green pin summons you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, bros. Thank you, gals. I don't know what y'all say. I don't know. But thank you all for joining us this week. It was a super fun episode. Second episode that we've done as a trio. Third one, if we're not counting the one that got scrapped. Ryan is putting it together. I'm putting it together. Next week, I promise, I'll figure out the camera. Ryan's working his way up to, he's got light now, so that's good. We're going to tune his mic a little bit more. It's going to be fine. We're going to be good. We're getting there. Thank you for bearing with us in these early stages. Ryan's got a website cooking up. There is a lot to look forward to at the TYB production brand. Stay tuned. Follow us on the socials. I'm on the header now, or I'm on the cover art now. So, I mean,
you are.
If you needed more incentive to follow this show, there you have it. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you this time next week.